It's Bob and Tom Tonight, starring Chick McGee, Christy Lee, Josh Arnold, Ace Cosby, Pat Godwin, Willie Griswold, and Tom Griswold.
And stupid world record. Canadian teenager has broken the Guinness World Record for the most Rubik's Cubes solved on a pogo stick.
Oh, my goodness.
16-year-old Saul Hafting.
Doesn't he know about masturbation?
Of Nova Scotia.
Or at least video games. Come on.
Come on.
Man, grab a hold of that and spend the afternoon.
Yeah, see if you ever touch a Rubik's Cube again.
Yeah, twist that into different colors.
So I'm sorry, how long was he on the
On a pogo stick.
He completed 211 puzzle cubes in an hour and 12 minutes, all while bouncing on a pogo stick to earn the title.
That's amazing.
This technology, that's magnet technology, which makes helps to headphones smaller. Amazing advancements we've made in that, and pogo stick technology. You can jump over houses now on a pogo stick. It's
But
crazy.
that means he has to do it with no hands, right? If he's doing a Rubik's Cube.
This is incredible.
Well, he holds on to the stick, if you will.
Yeah?
But it's more of a insertion thing, I think.
What?
So
I see. So he takes the handlebars off, and it's just the pole then.
Right.
He sort of sits on it.
No, that's false.
You'd think it would progressively jam further up with every bounce.
That's the kind of anal
Yeah, you've got a
cavity.
knot on your head. Well, that's the...
You wouldn't think you'd have
This is amazing. 211 Rubik's Cubes in just
That's
over an hour
fascinating.
while on a pogo stick. Of course, he also, does it say that, did you read all the way down, he broke the record for the most unaroused women?
I have no doubt.
There are a lot of chicks swimming in his DMs, as they say. Where's
Sliding into his DMs.
Yeah, they don't swim.
Write that one down.
Hey,
As who says?
Okay, so we have swim in the DMs. We have not air fryer, but wind cooker.
Wind cooker.
What other time is
What was that
I just like
birthday
swim in the
helmet?
DMs, as they say.
I mean, there's so many of them. I'm trying to find a video of this guy. This is impossible.
We used to have a whole dictionary, if you will, of Tom speak.
Yeah, I think Hooker keeps a library.
Okay, well, we'll have to add that. Sorry, I was just trying to do this while trying to look up the video of this guy doing the Rubik's
stop.
Cube.
Don't hide behind that.
Guinness has got to knock it off.
Yeah.
Why?
Just keep making the beer.
Because if they stop, we'll stop doing these. And
That'd be a good thing. Guinness needs a better editor for their website. Here's the picture of the guy, Christy. You can't see the pogo stick. It's just a guy standing doing a Rubik's Cube.
oh, some stock photo maybe?
Yeah, I think
Well,
so.
you don't want to see the top of the pogo stick.
Oh, I see. Because again, it's
How he's holding it.
wedged. Cracked.
Yeah, wedge. That's a good word.
Yeah,
wedge.
yeah,
It looks like he's holding it with his thighs or something. I don't know. I can't, since this picture is so, and there's no video. Thanks, Guinness. I'm going to go buy another brand of beer now. We were talking about John Hamm, who is a very fine actor, of course, from Mad Men, among other things. And he's in a new sort of radio play / podcast.
Yeah.
And you're reading it or listening to it right now?
I listened to it on the way up to the first show with Josh, kind of just to get my head, not be nervous, listen to something. And it's great. I can't believe I love it so much because radio play is not a thing for guys my generation, really.
But it's a true story about a guy
Serial
named Tony
killer.
Karitzis taking somebody
That's a
hostage.
different one, yeah.
It's a dramatic retelling.
Right.
It's very dramatic, and it takes itself very seriously.
Well, it should. The guy had a shotgun wired to somebody's head.
Yeah, mortgage broker. Wasn't it? And it was all in real time. So that was one of the first real time watching it on TV dramas.
Christy's
unfolding.
right. That was kind of like the OJ thing.
Yeah.
But earlier.
Right.
Was it being followed nationally?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Because it was live on TV. I
Yeah.
mean, it was crazy.
Guy, he had literally had a shotgun wired to the guy's head in case. So if he fell over. Yikes.
And I know, or I read it, or maybe I dreamed it, but network executives and television people who can control this, they were worried about what might happen on live television. So they started to, we would have gotten there anyway with the delay system, but they said we need to we need to ramp this up a little bit because
They called it the Ruby button.
yeah, it's like yeah. All right.
Well,
horse got out of the barn once. Let's not.
Yeah, what you're listening to right now may have happened several seconds ago because we have a digital delay circuit.
Or in Tom's world, late 1967.
So when Chick casually throws out the F word, as he did not too long ago, we're able to hit
I
the
did
button.
do that, didn't I?
Yes.
And
Very conversational.
The button over here is labeled dump. It's the so-called dump button.
If you didn't hear me do that, go on Bob and Tom social media and see that video. It's stunning. I have no idea saying it.
Nope.
I'm completely oblivious to the.
You had just returned from your bout.
Yeah, it was your first day back.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
My COVID.
Perhaps we can find the audio later and share it.
Very funny.
Chick, I was home that day getting ready for the call-in, and I was watching. I laughed for 10 minutes. I laughed through the whole break. I texted you. I texted my dad. I texted Dean.
It was just me hanging out, talking with buddies.
It was so funny.
I was waiting for the wings to be delivered. That's what I was doing.
This is the famous Chick McGee. This was your first day back.
After COVID.
And we obviously had to go back and put a beep on it, but you'll see what.
Sure. Hard to believe guy wrote me and Julio down by the schoolyard or whatever the
That's false.
Oh, no. Remember the days of the old schoolyard. That was
Chick is upset because he thinks he got the title of the song wrong.
Right. Yeah.
Which he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought that was Josh saying, oh. I didn't say it. I said.
Right. It was okay.
Saying.
Now I had to hit it again. God.
That would have been. That was just a stumble.
Yes.
That's the old.
I misspoke.
That's the old story of the guys touring the factory. So how'd you lose your finger? Well, I went like this with the lathe. Oh, there goes the other one.
Wham. No, I was trying to say I thought Josh said, "Oh no." But I guess it was me.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
I was too busy laughing.
I had no idea.
So you were complaining about which song? Me and Julio down by the schoolyard?
Yeah, Cat Stevens song.
Cat Stevens.
Do you remember the
days of the old schoolyard?
Ugh.
Yeah.
Which is a horrible song, but he wrote so many great songs.
Yeah,
he
okay.
did, yeah.
And once
Climb on that peace tree.
But so
Father and
not
Son.
only did you get the song wrong in your little piece here, but you cursed. Let's listen to it one more time.
Hard to believe guy wrote me and Julio down by the schoolyard or whatever the
That's false.
Oh no. Remember the days of the old schoolyard. That was it.
Yeah, the correction isn't it? I'm sorry that I just
No.
Because I don't think he knew that
He was
even
totally
said it.
unaware.
A 38-year-old woman in Scotland reported to doctors she was suffering from shaking, incontinence, and severe weight loss.
Shaking all over.
It turns out she had a sex toy stuck inside her vagina.
This is nuts.
According
what?
to an article
Hang on
published
again.
in
What was her problem again?
she had a
Shaking.
sex toy.
Oh.
No, what she had a what?
Sex
Sex
toy
toy.
stuck inside her vagina. Wait, for 10 years.
All right.
So the batteries were dead, theoretically.
So
hell of a
she
decade
doesn't-
case scenario.
Obviously, she doesn't want to have it removed then.
The woman
Was it toxic shock?
who the article notes was, this pisses me. Why did we need to know this?
Uh-oh.
Who was noted as having normal intelligence.
Well, okay, so it didn't affect her.
God.
Well, because the first thing you think when somebody says, hey, she had a toy stuck up her for 10 years is, how dumb is she?
Well, apparently she told doctors she used the 5-inch toy in a drunken sexual encounter a decade ago.
5
and
inches?
didn't
What kind
remember
what kind of a freak can handle all that?
whether she took it out or not.
What's this Grand Canyon's name?
Yeah,
huh?
good
So
Lord.
wait a minute. So the 5-inch toy has been lodged inside her for a decade.
Yeah.
By the time surgeons found it, the toy's effects were potentially life-threatening.
You
It
think?
had caused a bladder blockage that was forcing urine to back up into her kidneys
Oh, sure, uromycetitis, yeah. Mhm.
and also created a vesicovaginal fistula, which is a tract that causes urine to flow into the vaginal area.
Doesn't urine already kind of flow in the vaginal area?
No, honey. What?
It's near there.
It's near there.
I would call it the vaginal area.
No, that's the inside part.
It doesn't go inside your vagina.
A tube runs in that vicinity.
Yes.
Yeah, the area.
It sits on top.
So wait a minute. So this explains why the women's teeth were chattering for so long.
Apparently, yeah.
Man. Wow. So they removed it and she's better?
Yes.
but she's very, very sad.
Yes.
Oh, and the best thing is the doctor was able to find the keys to her 2011 Toyota Celica.
Oh, good. Yeah, so she was able to.
While he was in there.
She must have been a pad girl.
A pad?
Oh, I bet
she's
so.
only 38.
Well, if you were putting tampons up there and you have a 5-inch,
Yeah.
you think you would notice.
I was curious, like, wouldn't other sexual partners feel this thing inside there?
Well, maybe she didn't have any. We don't know.
Well, she's using a toy.
I swear to God, Josh, somehow she vibrates.
Or it pushed it way up in there. That
Magic.
How much room is in there?
I don't know.
It's a
How
potential.
much?
It's a potential space. Tom.
You know, the old joke, find my keys and we'll drive out.
Right, sure, yeah.
It's a classic.
You know, it's not hollow. Never mind.
It's not hollow.
In her case, no.
Well, maybe it is in her case. You're right.
That's awful.
We have another one. This involves a guy.
All right.
According to a medical journal, urology case reports, a man was
That's
hospitalized.
that's a tough, slow read, by the way. Whew.
He was hospitalized after inserting a AA battery into his urethra.
How about that?
The 49-year-old went to the emergency room 24 hours after inserting the battery. X-rays revealed the battery, quote, caused severe and progressive damage to the man's urethra, which doctors repaired with surgery.
Wait a minute, because the AA battery is bigger than a penis. So how could he? What kind of a freak?
Yeah,
Yeah, AAA, maybe.
This begs the question, yes. Did he start with a AAA?
Right.
And there wouldn't be any electrical sensation, would there?
Hey, I don't know if it's like putting your tongue to a
I know. You ever put your tongue on a 9-volt?
9-volt, yeah.
A little bit of shock. Oh, there is.
So he inserted it inside of the male member. We've had...
That's a whole thing, isn't it? That's a fetish, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Called sounding or something.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, wouldn't you have gone with someone with more of a taper?
Well,
Like a pencil? Maybe a golf pencil?
oh boy. Oh, this sounds
What about a
just
golf
terrible.
tee? You could tap it.
Oh,
You could
yeah,
just
yeah.
close
It would
it
be-
up.
That worked perfectly.
It would, with the taper.
I like the way you're thinking, Christy.
Yeah,
the
it's all,
tapered end to be easy
Yeah.
to start.
Okay, now we have a history of these stories. I'm trying to find the name of this, Josh. I think maybe it's sounding. Here we go.
Shoving things in themselves.
This is where doctors removed an 8-inch USB cable from a man's male member.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Attempting to pleasure himself.
how about that?
And by the way, there's a video of the surgeon showing the USB cable in a jar in his office. He kept it as a souvenir, preserving it in disinfectant liquid. Wow. I'm glad he's not using it. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, his reception would be dick.
Phone charger, you
So
see.
silly.
Here's one.
How is that?
Here's one. This is a man put 26 magnets inside the male member. Here's one. A man had a chopstick removed.
Oh,
Remember the beans guy?
Yeah. I remember the bean guy.
I think that was my favorite because his idea was as he achieved orgasm, the beans would come shooting out.
right,
Yeah.
right.
That'd be fun.
That was like a show.
That didn't work out. Wow.
Bean shooter.
Ta-da!
Why wouldn't you use BBs then?
Do you have a song for it, man?
Of course I do. Well, I don't know why I did this tonight. I got some beans and they're shoved in tight. I'm at the ER with my legs in the air, and an orderly is shaving me down there. Nurses to the left of me, the doctors to the right. Here I am, stuck with 6 beans up my shaft. Yes, I'm stuck with 6 beans up my shaft.
Fits in well there.
I was home alone with no one, so sad that I'm a single man. Then I see a can of Goya, open up the lid and say, beans. Give me beans.
Oh, there he is.
One more time. Beans. Nurses to the left of me, doctors to the right. Here I am, stuck with 6 beans up my shaft. Everybody's stuck with 6 beans up my shaft. It's a lot of words.
Stuck with 6 beans up my shaft.
Tom, we have a special guest.
There he is. I can see him on the big screen. It's comedian Greg Warren. Now, what's today's topic, Greg?
We're right around the corner from March Madness. I thought it might be fun to look at some of my favorite college cheers.
There we go.
Yeah. So I thought I'd start out with probably my favorite. The first time I heard this cheer, Josh and I were doing a show, 10 years ago in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Oh,
I just mentioned something about the University of Arkansas, and all the crowd immediately went, "Ooh, pig suey." Ooh, pig suey. Ooh, pig suey. Razorbacks. It's the weird, and trust me, I slowed that. I sped that up. The thing lasts like 7 minutes, and it's the most unemotional cheer. They keep a straight face. They just go pig suey, and it's a weird one. I looked into the origin of this. Apparently, back around 1920, the Razorbacks were having a bad game, and there was a bunch of farmers at the game, and they just started doing hog calls and pig calls to make fun of how bad the team was.
Their own team.
Yeah, they were calling their own team pigs, basically.
Yeah.
So they started calling those hogs, and that's the cheer. Now, I was just in Fayetteville, and I was at a Razorback baseball game, and they all did it.
Yeah.
Somebody goes, "I think it's time to call them hogs," and then they all do it.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's a little odd that they would. A thing that they were basically saying, "You guys suck," and then they turned that into a cheer.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, that's awesome. And I think it's so unique. That's what's so great about it.
I'll test this out. I know we have a couple of Ohio natives in the studio. This is probably the most prevalent. I did live in Ohio for a while. I mean, if you're in Ohio and you mention anything about sports, half the room says OH, and then the other half says IO. It takes two of these idiots to spell their state.
I resemble
Hey, how do you spell the place where you're from? Well, usually I work with a partner. Hold on a second. Jimmy, come here. They want us to spell the state. No, I can't do the first part, Jimmy. I only do the second part. I could try. L7. Damn it, that ain't it.
L7. Well, Greg, I know this is all in good fun, but I'd hate to be the one reading your social media today.
Oh, they're gonna hate me, all of them. Yeah. This one I recently discovered. This is a good one. Old Miss. It's a little involved, but Old Miss again. It starts with one guy, and he goes, "Are you ready?" And then they all go, "Hell yeah, damn right. Hotty toddy, gosh almighty, who the hell are we? Hey, flim flam, bim bam, Old Miss, by damn." That's
That's
yeah.
Wow,
that's a fun one.
It's a fun one. I mean, a lot of profanity in that cheer. It's interesting that they sort of to have profanity meshed with the word gosh. It reminds me of, you guys ever seen, like, it reminds me of some comedians when you'll just see someone talking about a very graphic, depraved sex act, and then they'll say boobies. I'm like, well, pick one or the other.
You've been asking me to change that bit for 10 years, and I'm not going to.
Hey, does the great Jesuit university, Creighton University, have a team for the Fighting Barrels?
Creighton Barrels?
I don't know.
The Creighton
My
Barrels.
cousin.
Yeah.
See, now this is another thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
You thought he was having a conversation with you, didn't you?
Same thing.
No, he was just setting me up for a bit, man.
You are truly family.
Yeah.
And I walked right into that.
Yes, you did. A little behind the curtain.
Right in.
Went out of the Creighton University wiki page on 5 minutes ago. What's he going to do with this? Have to try there.
I want to see if they had a cheer.
I'm sorry.
This is a thing. Can I tell one more story?
Yeah, real quick.
Better hurry.
Okay. In 1983, Oklahoma State was beating the crap out of Oklahoma 20-3. And the OU Oklahoma band director got escorted off the field for not having a sideline pass.
Oh.
As he was leaving, he said, play the song Boomer Sooner and keep playing it until we start winning. They played it 300 times and they wound up winning the game. My question is, do they get a lot of fake band directors on the field? Like, why did they have to escort this guy? No, he didn't have a sideline pass, but he had a baton.
Yeah, we assure you he's the guy.
He was facing 500 people with instruments.
Watch the entire show live or on demand at bobandtom.com or listen live with the Bob and Tom app. And be sure to tune in next time for more Bob and Tom Tonight.